Yo, my people, good morning. It is the weekend. I hope you lot have had a great week. I just wanted to jump on here quickly, let you lot know what's been going on. Things are still slow and steady. Yeah, I feel like I'm juggling a lot of things with what I have. So as you lot know, I'm trying to find my own apartment. So last week I've just been I've had like 3 viewings. Nothing great yet. However, there was one that I'm going to put application for. So I'm waiting for them to send that to me, hopefully first thing on Monday. If not, I'll chase them up. Over this weekend, I'm going to keep looking for some so I can book them for the following week just to get the ball rolling. Because as you know, my tenancy finishes at the end of February. So I really want to get out of here. So that's the plan. But obviously, that would all kind of depend if I can get a viewing and everything. So yeah, not get a viewing, getting apartment and everything ready by then. But yeah, gonna keep pushing for that. At the same time, I've paid for the last bit of products. Unfortunately, I don't know if I told you a lot, but basically, I asked my shipping agent if she could pick up the products from my supplier and just hold on to it until I get paid to the end of the month, right? So obviously we're at the end of the month now. I've obviously planned to pay her, and then obviously she's quoted me something higher, and it was a lot higher actually. And basically what she said is basically the product itself, it expands basically, right? And it's my fault really, because I should have had it in my possession, but because of what because of the situation, money wise, should we say, and I don't want to highlight, but just for the story, I had to have them to hold it in their warehouse for a long period of time, and I think within that time, it's obviously the product's expanded it and made it bigger. So the fact that, let's say the product was this size and now it's this size, of course the shipping prices are obviously going to be much more different, right? So that was a bit of I was like, but then again, I was grateful that she holded my stock and had it in her warehouse, because it's still taking up storage. And if you asked a normal storage unit, they would charge you, daily, right, to hold their stock. So I was grateful for that. It is what it is. So I had to pay extra to get it over to the UK. So now at least that's done. So now, what we were saying before, the 200 unit, I've obviously got the first batch, and now this will be the other batch, and then I should be not done, but I mean, like, in my head, based on my projections, that should be enough stock to get the ball rolling. Because let's say 200 products, if I'm projecting, let's say, what do you call it? 5 a day, that would be about 150 a month. So yeah, let's say 5, 6 a day, at least, that we have stock to what do you call it, to fulfill, right? And that's just like very, very low predictions, right? Because 5 a day is really nothing in the grand scheme of things. However, I've said this before, and I understand that based on my circumstances, this is the pace that I'm gonna have to go at, and I'm alright with that, to be fair. Like, I'm calm. So yeah, just waiting patiently. But again, I feel like everything's happening the way it's supposed to happen, at the pace it needs to go. As you lot know, like I said earlier on in the video, I really, really want to get my own space now. So having to juggle all of that, I did prioritize the stock for the store first. So I put all the money there, and that was a few grand, but at least now that's done now. I've done the initial sacrifice, you know what I mean, of being in rooms. I've done the sacrifice to save a bit of money. I've done the sacrifice to not spend, based on my wage, right? So I'm at peace. I've done that sacrifice, and now that initial phase is done. So now it's just, while the stock is gonna slowly start making its way, now starting to prepare myself for my my own space, right? And then again, I got to make sure that, you know, I've got a deposit and all these other stuff, and just make sure everything is kind of like working out. To say that, yeah, that's pretty much it. But yeah, man, still here, you lot. Still here, still just being patient. I feel like that should be the title, just staying patient, because yeah, um, things don't happen overnight, innit? Things take, you know, every step, right? You gotta take every small baby steps, isn't it? So yeah, looking back now, like, you know, all those little steps have accumulated to something, right? And that's just the main what do you call it? Reminder is that, you know what I mean, even though you might be not suffering, but you might be frustrated, or you might be going through a bit of pain, or whatever it is, you know what I mean, uncomfortable, you know, you might feel a bit uncomfortable. It's all worth it at the end of the day, right? I was watching something. What did Tommy Robinson say? He said, actually I wrote it down. Where is it? He says everyone has problems. The problem is that people think that they're not supposed to have problems, you know what I mean? And that's what creates that victim mentality. And I really like that, because it's true, like, problems are just part of life, and problems is really, or situations or whatever, are all opportunities to grow. So, you know, I guess it's how you look at things, isn't it? And now how I look at things, it's like, yeah, I can look at it and be like, you know what, I'm not where I want to be, or things are a bit tough, or I'm struggling, whatever it is. Or I can look at it like, this is an opportunity to test my patience, my endurance, my consistency, you know, my belief, all of these things, right? So it is really just a perception. Another thing he said was, he said, you're not experiencing life, you're experiencing what you focus on. So that was a really good one as well. It's like, you're not actually experiencing life, because everyone's experiencing their own personal, individual life, right? And it is purely based on what they focus on, isn't it? If they focus on the negative, that's the type of life they're actually experiencing. They think on the positive, right? Two people can be in the exact same position but have a different outlook. So yeah, just altering my perception, and yeah. So of course, some people might come across my video and be like, "Rah, you're in a bedroom, you're in a HMO, you're not this or you're not that," or whatever. Anyone's gonna have their own outlook on it, and then again, you know, that's gonna be a reflection of how they would see themselves, or how they would feel in the situation. Could be anything, right? So yeah, it's just, yeah, I guess perception and outlook on things. I'm just rambling on, you lot. But yeah, back to kind of Tony Robinson. So I don't know if you know Tony Robinson. He's I don't know if you call him a motivational speaker, but basically he's like a life coach. And he's obviously, like, he's a billionaire anyways. And I read his book back in the day called No Excuses. I don't know if you saw it on the channel. And he's massive, basically. Like, yeah, he's got like 102 companies worth billions. He's coached like Bill Clinton, so presidents, like athletes. Like, he's 65 now, so he's got so much what's the word? Today is one of those, sorry guys, my brain is like, so much years in the game, right? I'm sure you know Tony Robinson anyways, but he's got a live webinar for the next 3 days, and yeah, his last day's today, so you should watch it if you get a chance to. But it's been really good, man. He's done a 3-hour a day free seminar on his YouTube, and yeah, he just kind of breaks down things, everything from, like, you know, your identity, you know, your outlook on life. It's really like a 3-day kind of like self-development kind of transition seminar, and it's great because it's free, you lot. So I thought I'd let you lot know about. Yeah, I'm gonna watch the last one today, but that's been really good. So I've just kind of like been indulging myself in that, because I said it before, but like, you can learn from millionaires, billionaires online now, right? Like, you know, back in the day, I guess you wouldn't have contact to these successful people. So it's really like finding those successful people and learning everything you can learn from them and implementing them in your own life. So if a billionaire says do this, or says this is how his outlook is, I think it's safe to say you should probably have the same outlook, right? So yeah, man, that's been good. But I don't want to ramble it too long. He did say something else. He was talking about like purpose and fulfillment. And most of us, you know, are unhappy because we've got nothing to work towards, right? And that's when we end up falling into depression or being unhappy, because as human beings, we are naturally got this goal striving mechanism to chase something, right? And when we don't have that goal, you know, we lack that fulfillment. That's why it is important to have like a target and to work towards it every single day, regardless of the pain or, you know, frustration, uncomfortability, or like all of that. You know what I mean? Because without that goal, yeah, you might not have all of that, but you're not gonna have that fulfillment, man.